Well, we've gone out, we've nitty bong everybody. I am Engineer Hoist, and we've got a rare weekend stream here, and we got some people joining into the chat already. We got Sharksy here. Boy, you were quick, definitely deserving of the first comment. Jessica Harner, Tran Augustine, King Gamer, Destroyer Fire Rage, Demise Break. Welcome to you guys. There's Jonathan Carrillo. Good to see you guys. I hope you got a chance to check out that Trypticon preview that I got put out last night. I was lucky enough to get the access to try out the new Titans in the raid feature on the test server, and I gotta tell you guys, it was a lot of fun. It's gonna be tough because they are on the top levels, but man, once they come out, and they are supposed to be starting next week, it's going to be a great time. And I'm really happy to see that there was one of those bases where it was just Trypticon by himself, or Metroplex if you're a Decepticon, that we don't have to worry about all those raid bases. But hopefully that stays true so that everybody at least has a chance to go up against the Titans. We got a lot more people coming in. Devin PV, Mr. Top Pokemon, got a 2-star Windblade. Sharksy says he got a 4-star Barricade. Obviously, we're here to crack open that 4-star crystal. We got it in the Non-Toxic Gamers Alliance. We got a couple of swoops and a few other... Oh, let me go back and see what we get. Rodimus Prime, a Cosmos, Snarl, a couple of Snarls going around, Pipes. There's a swoop, a hotspot. I'm kind of hoping for a hotspot myself. So what did you guys get if you managed to make it there? If you haven't, I hope you have a chance. You're going to get a chance there. Bobby Jenkins got a Rodimus Prime. It doesn't look like he's too happy about it. You should be, man. Rodimus is a good bot. Devin says they're almost at the crystal. And Jessica Harner says,
just do it!
We'll get there. We didn't have this plan, so I'm giving everybody a chance to go ahead and get in here before we get to the crystal cracking there. NOW4H says he got a first aid. Morishaw, good to see ya. Destroyer says he got Skywarp on his con account and Bumblebee on the bot account. Demise got a 4-star hotspot and a 5-star blaster. Wow, cool. Still a little ways away from a 5-star for me. Grand Galvatron got a 4-star Waspinator. Good job. He's a good one. I love my Tiger Hawk. One drawback with those guys is the anti-air lasers really do take a toll on those guys. But other than that, they do great if you can avoid those anti-air laser turrets, and they're great as outpost bots when you get them leveled up there. So yeah, very cool. Devin says he's hoping for a Laser Optimus. Pete Francis Jr.'s in the house, got a Cheetor. Trevor Lambert got a Swindle. Very cool. Very, very cool. Yeah, and Lorenzo, we got Trypticon back over there. I had him up there for that Trypticon preview, and I thought we'd leave him up there for the stream this weekend, and yeah, maybe for next weekend or next week's stream too. I had to adjust my cameras and everything because he's just so tall. Because the combiners only come up to about right there on him. So pretty accurate to the scale that we see in the game too. So yeah, Trypticon, he's a fantastic toy, really is. And I don't know if he's still around, but he was on sale, great deal, like $50 for these Trypticons out around some of the stores there for a little while there. Let's see, Devin saying Transformers Earth Wars the best game ever. Yeah, I mean, it's been 3 years now, and I've been playing pretty much since the global launch. 3 years ago today, actually. Today is the official anniversary. I think they were saying tomorrow is maybe, but I'm pretty sure it was the 1st of June, and that is today. It's also the official start of the hurricane season, which anybody here like myself in Florida is aware of. It doesn't really hit its peak till about September, so I'm not too worried about it right now. Yeah, is Fortress Maximus here? No, I probably wouldn't count on seeing Fortress Maximus or Scorponok or any other Titans coming in the game. Certainly not right away, because we're just now getting these guys in. Kind of like the combiners. We had Superion and Devastator were the only ones for a while there. And over time, we did get it there. So... let's see. Warshaw says they're at 81K right now. You guys are doing good. You're on track. I think you later today or tomorrow, I think you guys will be getting that crystal and get yourself some shiny new 4-stars. so let's go ahead and head over to the game and take a look at who's available. I'm hoping I can hit this question mark because it's happened before where I've hit the tried to hit the question mark and opened a crystal. Can we do it? Can we do it? Very carefully, very carefully. There we go. Okay. So what's cool about this is very similar to the 5-star crystals where they actually show you who you already have and who's available for you. And as it turns out, we've got I did some predictions. I'm sorry, my headphones just turned off. The battery died, so kind of threw me off for a second there. But I was right if you were watching the stream on Wednesday, I went through who I think is going to be there. In fact, we pulled a 4-star Gnaw there, so it kind of narrowed my choices down. And I was actually right. So if we scroll through here, we'll see available to me are Hotspot, who probably is my #1 choice because we know Defensor is coming, and Hotspot is the torso of Defensor. I had the 3-star, but I want the 4-star because he's been one of the hardest ones to get for me. So we've got that. And keep going, keep going, keep going. There's Sea Spray. He's going to be the consolation prize. I have a feeling that he's going to be showing up. He's my last choice, but hey, you know, at some point we're going to get all of them, right? And then we also, down here near the end, Ultra Magnus and Windblade. So there's the 4 choices. It's going to be Hotspot, Sea Spray, Ultra Magnus, or Windblade are what we're going to do. Sharks is asking if I'm planning on getting an anniversary bundle. You know, I'm kind of half and half on that. Part of me is thinking, you know, those premium crystals might be nice. Maybe I can get a duplicate 4-star, maybe get some more of those 5-star shards. Plus the silver XP core would be good to throw on one of this guy or girl, if it's Windblade, to do some power leveling, or even to throw on Gnaw to try to go and get that. And see, Grand Galvatron says he's got a 4-star Octopunch, Sea Spray's counterpart, and says he likes him. So yeah, so Sea Spray's actually a good gunner. I'm not a big fan of the ability, but the but he as a gunner himself, he's actually a pretty good gunner. Ed Lorenzo's asking, do I have an Instagram? I do. It's Engineer Hoist. I don't really do a whole lot on there. I really haven't figured out a whole lot to do that, but I do have one. And have I been leveling up Gnaw? I have. I haven't been leveling him too much. I think he's at 20 or so. Before we get into the crystals, I don't mean to keep you guys in suspense, but let's go ahead and go. Let's go see where he's at now. He is 23. So I haven't been putting a whole lot of work in on him, but I haven't ignored him either. I actually did kind of forget about him because I got him to level 10, but I had Jetfire was still in the research lab, and I couldn't get him. And then I just totally forgot about him, and so I did miss out on a little bit of time that I could have leveled him a little bit more. But we've got him back in there. He's ready to go. We're leveling him. So I think it's time, without further ado, to go ahead and crack open this crystal and see who we get, and then go actually put in some work getting them leveled. All right, here, are we ready? Are we ready? 3, 2, 1, boom. It's lighting up just like it's supposed to. Who are we getting? Who is it? Who is it? Sea Spray! I knew it! I knew it! Okay, well, at least he's out of the way. Oh, I knew it. Okay, very cool, very cool. Okay. I knew it. As soon as I saw Sea Spray was one of those choices, I'm like, oh, that's who's going to be coming through. I knew it. All right. So, okay, so I guess we're going to be leveling Gnaw then, because... No, I'm just kidding. But, yeah, so it's all good. I do like Sea Spray. I like all the Transformers, and yeah, like you just said, the ability's not the best, but he's a pretty good gunner. So yeah, so thank you for the congratulations, Sentience Magnus. I am actually just I'm happy with the new bot. It's always a great day when you get a new bot. So there we go. All right, so let's go ahead and hop in there and do a little bit of work on him. And so there's Gnaw. We'll actually get the rest of these guys out of the way. You can see, I've been working on my 3-star Sandstorm there and leveling up some of my other 2-stars along the way as well. Let's see, where is he? He's going to be near the bottom. There he is. You know, I can go ahead and take these guys because this one battle here is probably going to go ahead and get Sea Spray right to level 10. And let's get to it. So this is power leveling with Sentius Magnus. Mechagodzilla saying his ability may say low damage, but his 4-star Octopunch does a lot more than the ability says. Okay, cool. Should have gone to the missing bots first, tapping the bot symbol. Nah. I knew who was missing. I knew it was going to be one of those 4, and well, I was right. So now we're down to just 3 of the 4 stars. Well, I guess there's a few more that weren't in that crystal. So all right. So let's see, which is the path that we should take, because this would be a hard one if Sentius Magnus ends up having to destroy everything. But I think we can avoid having to do that. All right. So we'll drop them all down here. We'll take out this laser. And Sea Spray's going to die immediately because he's like level 1. He has no business being in zone 11. Alright, so yeah, so we should clear that out. That should avoid him going off to the other side. Sea Spray's actually lasting a lot longer than I thought he would. Alright, let's go ahead and get rid of that. Open up a gap to try to keep him from going off to that right-hand side is what I'm trying to do here. It's amazing the Sea Spray is still there. There he goes. He's gone. I'm surprised. No, don't go that way. Okay, here it is. Yes. Go that direction. Go that direction. No! Oh. This is the absolute worst thing that could happen on this base. The stasis mines don't help either. Because now he's going to have to go clear out this whole side over there. Oh my goodness. Let's fast forward this to the inevitable failure. She's running out of time. You see, I've had to use all my ability points too just to try to fast forward through this. Now he wants to walk through the wall instead of going around it. Dude, everything but hitting the headquarters. Okay, let's do this. Come on, get it. Last second victory! Oh my goodness! Oh, I'm sweating. That was stressful there. Charles Williams got a Storm Clash 2 away for Victorion. Very cool. I saw Big Bronze Rim in my Discord. By the way, if you want to join up, I'll throw a link in the chat there. He said he completed his 4-star Victorion by pulling a dust up, so that's very cool. And there goes Sea Spray going through all the levels, right to level 10. So we're going to go throw him into the research lab. Impactor grabbed a couple of levels there, and not even getting a couple of levels. Oh, almost got a second level. He got 1 level for the troubles. Very cool. Alright, let's go ahead back out of here. Yes, we know Sea Spray needs to go in the research lab. Just in case you forgot after 3 years of playing, they throw the little arrow up there to show you where the research lab is. And let's go down here. Sea Spray needs some research. We'll go ahead and do that. We'll go down here. We will skip with some coins, and we're ready to put him back in action. Four-star Cosmos and a 2-star Sandstorm, says Devin. Very cool. Cool. Alright, let's get back into the battle. Grab missed this great guy was trying to say, darn it, Magnus, for a demigod, you're a dummy. Yeah, he sure is. Well, you know, when you have a base like that that's kind of spread out, what you need to try to do is try to open up a gap in between the two sides to where so that they focus on just one side or the other, and they don't want to try to do both sides, but sometimes his ability is too powerful for its own good because he destroyed everything off on the one side. Well, I guess it would have been this side that he could have targeted to go walk towards and ended up only having the other side left. So that's what happened there. Okay, and we'll go ahead and skip the cooldown on these guys as well. Let's go back in here. Zone 11. The power level. What do I think of the new batch of 5 stars? Says Destroyer Fire Rage. I think it's pretty weak compared to the other ones. I will probably, when I get the 5-star, I'll probably go for the legacy of the batch that we just had to try to get an Elite of 1. Because she's probably the best 5-star out there right now. So, a lot of ability points over here on this left-hand side. Let's drop everybody over there and get to it.
Abilities ready.
There's a few extra. Running into danger there. Okay, good. Go around the wall. Don't go around the front. There we go. Good. Let's pick up these mortars. Laser turret there. If we can get him in range of that headquarters, it's game over. Well, it looks like he's heading there. Good news. Okay, yes. It's game over. On this level of a headquarters, it should be 2 abilities of his, and should take it out. And with the Amalgamous Prime Core on there, and his ability activated, he heals more than any damage could ever do to him in zone 11. How about I redesign my base live? I will. I haven't quite got around to it. I'm not gonna do it today though.
Well done.
Alright, thanks for stopping by, Grand Galvatron. I hope you enjoyed the rest of your weekend and enjoyed the leveling and fun in Transformers Earth Wars. Yes, Chad, if you're just getting here, you missed the opening. We got Sea Spray right here. There he is. Boom, 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 boom. Oh, look at the power leveling there. The Super XP weekend is just fantastic for leveling up a new bot. Yes. Sentius Magnus for raids. That might not. The raids will probably take his health though. Yeah, I never even tried that, but yeah, I might have to do that one time just to go see. Chad got an Optimus Primal, good old Monkey Prime. Good job. Yeah, Optimus Primal is really good. Let's go ahead and skip the cooldown on that one again and get back in there. See, unfortunately, power leveling does involve the use of coins if you really want a heavy power level. The other way to do it, if you don't have the coins and you don't have a really strong bot, is you put your new bot on all of your different squads that you have, so that when you go through and you change squads, the only cooldown you have to skip is for that bot. So it does help save you a little bit of coins. So that's another way to power level if you don't have that super strong bot like a Sentius Magnus or Star Saber or Cheetor or any of the other bots that are good for power leveling. Yeah, let's go ahead and stop over here. We got a bunch of ability points right up front there. We're going through the wall. Couldn't be bothered to walk around it, so we're going to go through it. Luckily, it was a low-level wall. Didn't cause much of an impediment. Nah, took a fall. Impact is going down soon. Sea Spray's not long for this world either. See that beam laser found him, and Sentius Magnus is a different story. This guy is nearly 53. He's got a level 7 ability and an Amalgamous Prime Core on him. In Zone 11, he's practically untouchable. Pretty much the only time I lose battles here is if he decides that he needs to destroy everything on the base and we just lose on time, like we almost did on that first one.
Abilities ready.
Okay, so if we can get him close enough to that headquarters, which he's heading there now, okay, it's game over. As soon as he's in range of the headquarters, just hit the headquarters. Boom. Connor Hickey's asking, who was my first 4-star bot? My first 4-star actually was RC. Way back when, even before they had Alliance events, they did have a prestige event where you could earn RC crystals, very similar to the chance crystals like the Impactor or Blades, where you open it, you get a chance of shards or a 2 or 3 or 4-star RC. At the time, I was fairly low level. I was only able to get through like 8 prestiges, even battling as hard as I could because it was within the first month or 2 of the game, so it wasn't super high level. I had gotten a 2-star RC, and on that 8th crystal, it was the 4-star RC. It took me a long time to actually get the 3-star RC, but yeah, so and I know RC is not necessarily the greatest bot in the world. They have improved her a little bit, but at the time, it was the first 4-star. So yes, so I was pretty darn excited, and she had just been released too, so people didn't realize, you know, how good or bad she was going to be. So yeah, so it looks like Sea Spray is ready for another level, and it's good that they're reminding us where the research lab is, because we forgot in the 5 minutes since we just went and researched him. Oh, I just went past him. I was too busy laughing at my own joke that I totally went right past him. And we'll go ahead and skip this one too. This one's not too expensive. I have no problem skipping the level 10 and the level 20 research, because that's not a whole lot of coins. Once you start getting to the higher level, where level 30, that's where it starts getting a little expensive. Damon Sweeky coming in, he said he got a 4-star hotspot from the event crystal. That's the one I wanted. He continues to elude me. So, you know how we had the search for Snarl, we had the search for Rust Dust. I think now it's time the search for hotspot. I'm calling now. We're starting a search for hotspot, because we're coming down. We've only got 3 of the 4 stars. Oh, well, I keep saying that, but there's more than that. Of the older ones that were available in that crystal, there were just the 3. 4 stars here is kind of hard to see in the darkness. We've got Impactor, Ultra Magnus, Sandstorm, Streetwise, Cybertron, Jetfire, Windblade, Blades, Goldfire, Hotspot are the 4 stars that I'm missing. Hotspot is the one that I'm looking for. Well, I suppose we also need to be searching for Streetwise and Blades as well. Trying to get to a 4-star Defensor when he inevitably comes. But Hotspot has been around the longest, so I'm calling it. We've got to search for Hotspot. It's a search for Hotspot now. So the good news is, when Defensor finally comes around with Abominus as well, of course, they're going to start having Protect-the-Bot crystals, just like they did, but I think it was just last week they had the Victorion crystals, the Rust Renegade crystals, rather, available, and also probably the Stunticon crystals. There you go, the search for 4-star Protect-the-Bots is really what we're talking about. But I'm not sure if Streetwise is definitely not Blades, or even probably in the normal crystals yet. So Hotspot has been there forever, and we just can't find him yet. You know, I'm not even sure if I have a power core for him. Like the G1 power core, because those are really good. No, I don't actually. I might have a silver one. No, it doesn't look like it. So it's not like I even have a power core waiting for him. But you know, I'm a little quiet. Yeah, you know, I noticed that in the video last time. The audio is so hard to try to figure out, but it's weird because you know, I keep turning down the volume so I don't get the crackle sound, but I notice I'm still getting the crackle sound, so I haven't quite figured that out yet. I've tried so many things. One thing I could probably do, I could probably turn down the game sound, and maybe that'll make the difference a little bit better. Maybe the game sound not being quite so loud there. So Did we get him out? Yeah, let's go ahead and let's go level him a little bit more and see how far we can get him. Let's cooldown. Let's skip their cooldown, and we'll go power level a little bit more. Who was the first combiner? Well, luckily, I actually had all of the aerial bots at 3 stars at least. I may have had 1 or 2 at 4 star, but I did have them all at least at 3 star as soon as Superion came out, so I was able to get Superion right away. So that was the first combiner. If you're talking about toys, way back in the G1 days, the only combiner I managed to complete at G1 was Computron. I never had any of the other combiners. I may have had a couple of Constructicons, but the only combiner that I actually had from G1 was Computron, and he's still around here somewhere. So, I have a silver hotspot. Okay, maybe I do. I suppose I didn't tap them all in. Yeah, so maybe I do. But what zone am I power leveling on? This is zone 11. It's because I've got my 4-star Sentius Magnus is actually quite powerful, and he can handle this by himself pretty well. The other 3 guys are just tagging along to get some super XP. This is a nice little zigzag pattern they got here, so I don't think there's any other way around other than brute forcing our way straight through this entire base. The only good news about that is it's pretty compact. It's not spread out. Okay, so yeah, so there we go. Look at Sea Spray. You know, he's surprising me that as being the lowest level bot starting out this whole journey, he's actually been the one who's lasted the longest in most of these battles. Probably because he's a gunner and he stays away from the damage, where Nod and Impactor both are melee style fighters and they run straight up into danger. Look at Sea Spray, first to the headquarters basically. Alright, taking this headquarters down. Look, Sea Spray's actually going to survive this battle. He's going to get to cheer. Look at that. Sea Spray, yeah! Very cool.
Well done.
Kevin, did I see Endgame? Avengers Endgame? Of course I saw Avengers Endgame. It was very cool. Tears were shed. But yes, very cool. Very cool. Very happy to see that movie, and it was a great movie. Great way to kind of end the current saga there in the MCU. Alright, we got Sea Spray to level 22 here. Infinity War? Of course I saw Infinity War. I've seen that thing a couple of dozen times by now. As soon as it came out on, well, I guess digital, not Blu-ray, but I got it on digital through Apple. And yeah, I've watched it fairly regularly. It's all those Marvel movies are just fantastic. See, King Gamer is actually over in the Discord. Is happy to see he got a 4-star Star Saber out of the crystal. So congrats there, King Gamer. Let's go through this. So here we are, Zone 11. Got it. MP36 Megatron says SLS 6. Yes, that's a very good figure. Yeah, I got him. He's so great. You know, I haven't even transformed him yet. I'm kind of afraid to. It looks very complicated. And also because I got him because of how he looks in robot mode, not so much for the gun mode. I'll transform him eventually at some point, but I'm just happy with him in his robot mode.
Roll out!
What platform am I playing on? This is iPhone 8. 7? I can't remember what version. I've skipped a couple of versions. I think it's 8. Is off to go watch some football. Well, enjoy that pigskin there, pal. Thanks for stopping by. we get to the headquarters, Okay, yes, we're there. Galvatron, Soundwave. We're just going to ignore those guys. Look at his health bar. It's not even there. It pops up every so often because it takes a little bit of damage, and it disappears because he heals from the Amalgamous Prime Core. Galvatron, Soundwave, all of his minions, they're trying as best they can to put a scratch. Nothing phases Sentius Magnus with that Amalgamous Prime Core, and he's got his ability activated. Nothing phases him. I've actually gone from less than half health using one of those abilities and basically filled it all the way up. It's amazing how good that Prime Core is. Oh, look at that. 2-star Impactor is about done. Gnaw is pretty close to level 30. And Sea Spray's making some waves, so to speak. Pun was not intended when I started saying that sentence, but by the end, it was fully intended. Let's keep on going. Let's keep on going. Here we go. Okay, so this one's pretty cool. It's spread out, but it's spread out with the tentacles basically off to one side or the other. So you just start off one side and it leads you right up to the headquarters. So we're going to go off to this side because it looks like there's the higher level ability points over here. Luckily, we're just going to go walk right around the wall. Those walls were completely useless for this base. And I'm thinking this person's probably hasn't played in a while because he doesn't have a single power core on any of his stuff. And if he had been playing when the power cores came out, he'd have at least 1 or 2. So this base I think has been long since abandoned. But that's okay. We'll still go destroy it. And then it'll regenerate for somebody else. And there goes the Impactor. There's Gnaw. Oh, I thought he died, but nope, not yet. There he goes. There goes Sea Spray. And Sentius Magnus is going to take down the headquarters. That health bar is just got all of this missile launchers, got 2 bots, a laser beam, cannons, all that. They're just not even hardly affecting him. Now, if I run out of ability points, they will damage him and they can't kill him. So the whole key to that is having the ability points so you can actually enact that ability, because that's the way that he heals. It's only through ability damage with that Amalgamous Prime Core. Boom, there's Impactor. Impactor's done for now because most of my 2 stars haven't made it past level 30. So we're going to take Impactor off now. And I think we'll just go with Gnaw and Sea Spray. So they should get a little bit more XP now that we go through and battle these for these next battles. Is that like a 1-star blast off from that outpost? 1-star, 2, 3, 4, 5-star blast off. The same effect with this Sentius Magnus, which is practically nothing. With that Amalgamous Prime Core and that special ability activated, not much can take him out in a Zone 11. Zone 12's a little bit harder. I don't think he can quite do Zone 12 by himself. 11's, yeah, 11's nothing. Let's try going in from this side.
Roll out.
Maybe we can skip a few of these
Abilities ready.
buildings. Bring it out a little bit. You walk up to the laser. Yes, he's going the correct direction. We are indeed going to be able to skip some of this. Not quite at the headquarters yet. There we are. There we are. That's exactly what I wanted to have happen. Research the 5-star Cheetor. I don't think he's ready. I'm pretty sure he's over 50 already. Account? Oh, I haven't been on my Trypticon account in months. I don't know. I might have been on there fairly recently, but I had like 4 months of VIP gifts on that account to go. I don't think I pulled anything. I really only ever check in sometimes to crack some crystals. I don't play that account anymore. Okay, so let's go check this Cheetor. Yeah, see, he's level 51 already, so he's approaching level 52. So there's no more research left for this Cheetor. What do I think of the Blades and Dirge nerf? I have no opinion. It is what it is. I really didn't play him that much. We took a look at him there during the stream, right before the event, and he seemed awfully powerful. I think I even made that comment that he seemed really super powerful. So honestly, I'm not surprised that they toned him down a little bit. And reports that I had seen, other people were saying that even low-level Blades in Dirge at 3 stars were just tearing up bases. And anytime you have something like that, that's not supposed to happen. You really shouldn't be tearing up a base until you get somebody like the Sentius Magnus, where he is like level 50. I think he just turned level 53. Level 7 ability with a prime core on him. That's when you should be tearing up bases, not at level 11 as a 3-star. So if those reports are true, then the nerf, I think, is well deserved. So yeah, let's go just double check. Yeah, see, he's level 53 and level 7 ability. This guy should be tearing up bases. But from what I understand, before the nerf, this guy was able to tear up bases, and that's not supposed to happen. So that's why the nerf, I think, happened, and rightly so. Devin says Sandstorm is the first triple changer. Very cool, very cool. Connor, thanks for stopping by. Do I have another Autobot account? Yeah, I have a free-to-play account. I haven't played that one in a while. It's a lot of work to keep up 3 accounts, and I don't know how some people continue to do that. I did that for a while, but honestly, there's other games out there that I'm using with the additional time that I have to play. I play this, plus I play a couple of other games. Like I mentioned it a couple times, Durango has taken a lot of my time lately.
Roll out! Abilities ready.
Should 5-star go to max level 70? Well, right now they only go to 60. Considering that 3s and 4 stars also go to 60, I think you could argue that they could go to 70, but let me tell you, the road to 60, from 50 to 60 is a very long road. I can't imagine how long it would be to get to level 70. Yeah, see, Sharksy saying runs 2 now, retired his Autobot account. Yeah, when I was playing all those different accounts, it felt like a job, because it felt like I was always playing Earth Wars. And when it starts feeling like a job and it feels like an obligation and not fun, that's when you need to cut back. That's when you need to cut back, and that's what I did, because too many accounts. It started to feel like a job, and so I didn't want to give up playing altogether. So I just cut back to just the main account, and it was a great decision because I still do love the game, and it's only one account to have to worry about instead of 2 or 3. No, it's so close to being ready for a research. Sea Spray's getting close. Watch out, Gnaw. Sea Spray's catching up. Should be getting close to running out of fuel. Yeah, we're gonna run out these fuel cells, and I think we'll head on out of here. What do you guys say about that? Hi, Logan. Welcome to the stream.
Roll out.
Okay, so this should level up Nod, who's doing a little sidestep as he ran down to the to go attack. It's kind of going sideways. And I do love Nod's ability name too. Chomp, chomp, chomp. It still makes me laugh to this day. Clear it out there, Sentius. Go, okay, but when you get done, walk up, not down. Yes, yes, go that way. Good, good. Excellent. In range of the headquarters, it's going down. Bone Crusher. You can't do anything to me. Look at Sea Spray completely staying out of harm's way. Barely took any damage. And that should be it for Gnaw. Gnaw should be ready for research at level 30. Boom, there he is. Sea Spray, he's getting real close. Let's drop Gnaw off. And Sea Spray's going to get even more XP when we go through all this. You got what, 2 more battles that we can get done? Okay, let's drop off Gnaw. I'm just going to send in Sentius Magnus and Sea Spray. Randall says, good to see live stream on the weekend. Yeah, well, we got the 4-star crystal, and I didn't really want to wait because we got it early. There's still a vent left, and so we go get him level, and so that's what we're doing right now. We're leveling him up, running through a batch of fuel cells, and yeah, it's fun. I know a lot of guys, a lot of you people. What am I saying? I know a lot of people can't quite make it during the week on Wednesday, especially at the time that I do, especially if you're overseas and stuff like that. So that's why I tried to do this a little bit earlier in the day, and you know, it's fun. Am I playing on a computer? No, I'm playing on my phone. I am streaming through a computer, though. Tim says, did Hoist just become Mr. Burns? Excellent. That was not intentional, but good call. It was not an intentional impression, but I see the resemblance now that you pointed out. Skypoke's in the house. Good to see you, man. One of our Alliance members. Jake the Snake says loves the videos. I'm glad to do it. Happy to make them for you. Christopher Morton says hard when you're in the UK to be on for streaming. Yeah, if you're talking about being here for me, yes, I agree. It is pretty late in the day for you guys over there in the UK. I kind of just knew that anyway, but I experienced it firsthand after I went to London to visit Space Ape, and then when I came back, it was actually a Wednesday when I came back, and by the time it got about time for the stream, I was dying. I could barely keep my eyes open, so I was like, so this is what you guys are feeling if you're trying to stay awake for my stream, and I get it. And if I could do it earlier, I would, but you know, it's the earliest I can do based on the time that I work and the time that I can get home and stuff like that. So if I could do it earlier, I would, but unfortunately, really not possible.
Ready.
Okay, so we're close to headquarters. You may not be able to get it with this ability, and we're out of points. but we got there a couple of slashes with the sword. Oh, and a late hit from that mortar, but he just shrugged it off. It's just a tickle. Like 1 a.m. Yeah, I know it's very late. And so, oh, you almost hit 29. One more battle, and we should actually probably have Sea Spray ready for research too. So the question is going to be: do we send Gnaw in, or do we send Sea Spray in? And I'm thinking we'll probably send Gnaw in, followed by Sea Spray, of course. I got so many bots to level you guys, it's unbelievable. I bet you guys do too. 10 of 10 stream, SLS actually upped the ante, said 9.99 out of 9.99. Well, you know, you can throw as many numbers on there. If it's the same on both sides, it's all still 100%. But, yeah, appreciate it. Okay, so let's go through this side.
Roll out!
Hold off on the abilities for a second there. Build up some points. Because every time you use the ability, it costs more points to use it. And I didn't want to have it be quite so costly. There we go. Let's zoom back in up here. We got this one in the bag. He made his way up to the headquarters. Here comes that 1-star blast off again. Thinks he can actually do some damage. Oh, how wrong he is. And boom goes the headquarters. Alright. Chicken Snake says, who's your favorite boy? That's a common autocorrect whenever I'm typing stuff too. You try to type bot in the autocorrect because it doesn't know what bot means. Oh, look at that. We're just a few hundred XP away from 30. But I think we're out of fuel cells, so that's okay. We did get 4,000 spark there by crossing the line there. So, okay, yeah, so that got us almost there. So who goes in first, Gnaw or Sea Spray? Well, Sea Spray's not ready, so we're going to send Gnaw in. But I'll go ahead and do that in a minute. We'll go ahead and head back over here, and just want to say thank you to everybody for stopping by the stream. If you missed out, you obviously saw him there in the battle. Sea Spray was the prize, the consolation prize, if you will, depending on your opinion about him, from the 3rd anniversary. Guaranteed no duplicate 4-star crystal for me. So that leaves just a handful left. I missed out on Hotspot still. I missed out on Ultra Magnets. I missed out on Windblade, and I called it earlier. We are starting. It is the search for Hotspot, and all Protectobots really, but Hotspot is the one who has eluded me the most, and probably the least likely to be seeing individual crystals until the Protectobots crystals comes out. We're calling it. We're doing a search for Hotspot. I don't know when it's going to happen. You'll see some videos show up, search for Hotspot, if we find some Hotspot crystals show up, or some Protectobot crystals show up. That's what we'll be seeing. How many times can I say Hotspot in the span of 1 minute? I just felt like I've been saying it a lot. But yeah, but like I said, we're on track with all the 3 stars at least for Defensor when he comes out, not including the last one to come out, whether it turns out to be Groove or Rook. I think your smart money's on Groove, but I think the door is still open for the possibility that Rook will show up. But obviously, I want to get that 4-star, because who knows what that 4-star ability is going to turn out to be. The 4-star ability on all of the combiners has actually been really good. Even Optimus Maximus, who I'm not a huge fan of, that 4-star ability is pretty darn good, especially for raids. So there we go. Destroyer Fire Rage says Groove is confirmed. I'm not confirming anything until I hear it out of Space Ape's mouth and we see it in the newsletter or on the live stream. I know there was some talk about it in they name dropped him in the story a couple weeks ago, but there was also a ... after the story, and Impactor's alt mode is exactly Rook's alt mode. So, like I said, the smart money is on Groove because he was name dropped and he was one of the original Protectobots in Defensor. But the alt mode of Impactor and the fact that Rook was part of the Combiner Wars Defensor, which is what all these combiners generally are based around, I think there's still a chance that Rook could come around. But it'll probably be Groove. Smart money's on Groove. But yeah, I'm still thinking we might be Rook. Hey, we might see both. We might actually see Groove and Rook, and maybe Groove will be part of Defensor and Rook not. You know, they did that with Off-Road because Off-Road was part of the Combiner Wars Menasor, but he was left out of the Transformers Earth Wars Menasor in favor of Breakneck, who took the place of Wild Rider, who's really Wild Rider, but they can't use that name for one reason or another. So, there you go. Will the Technobots join the game? Asked Jake the Snake. Possibly. It remains to be seen. I think we're getting a little saturated on combiners right now, and the Technobots were always kind of the nemesis of the Terrorcons, which we're getting now with against the Protectobots. So things haven't quite lined up there, and I think we're kind of running out of Autobot combiners. Or, no, wait, he is an Autobot combiner. So, Decepticon combiners, who else would be out there? Maybe the Seacons, perhaps? That would be kind of a stretch. I think it's hard to tell. It's ways down the road. It's hard to speculate at this point. Just kind of keep your eyes open for the bots as they come around. We've still got to get Defensor first. And I don't think they'll be going straight into the next round of combiners. We might see other bots like Trailbreaker or Hoist or Grapple or some other kind of other bots that aren't combiner related, because you got to have those too. So we'd probably be looking at least another year before we even start thinking of another combiner, because we just got Victorion. When did we get Victorion? I suppose that was about a year ago, wasn't it? So yeah, so it's been about a year since we got Victorion and Menasor. So it would be probably at least another year before we start getting to another combiner, if that. Just keep your eyes on the bots that get released, and we'll be able to see who comes. But yeah, we might get Technobots. Strafe's name is no longer in use by Swoop, so we could get the actual Strafe, who was part of the Technobots there. So. Who's my favorite combiner? Definitely Volcanicus in the game is definitely my favorite combiner. I love Volcanicus. Victorion, I think, is probably my second favorite. So, the Computron does hold a special place in my heart, being the only combiner that I was able to complete in G1. We may never know. We might get a Mega Supreme sometime. Yeah, you never know. We might get him instead of another combiner. But there's still the question of how would a Mega Supreme fit into the game, because he's not a combiner per se. He's not made up of multiple different bots. He is just the one bot himself, and he's also kind of a base style bot. And he's being released as a Titan class figure in the Siege line, which would put him on par with Metroplex. I don't think that was ever really the case in the original story. He was more combiner size, so there's really no place for a Mega Supreme to fit right now. He'd almost be another whole class of bot, so it's kind of hard to see where that would go. I'd love to see him though, but it's kind of hard to figure out how they would fit him in and who they would pair him against, because again, his nemesis is Devastator. So another question, Jake, do you think they would add 6-shot? Probably not, because then they'd have to come up with 6 different abilities, well, I guess 5 different abilities for him, because the robot mode is the 6th mode. So and who would they pair him against? The only other 6 changer is Quick Switch, who never really showed up in G1 except as a toy. So I wouldn't count on seeing 6-shot. Six shot. Danilo is asking. He is. He's the I guess the first of the six changers in the Transformers, and it's hard to describe him. I don't have a figure nearby to show off who he is, but go look him up. He's pretty cool. He's definitely a fan favorite. Six Shot's a pretty cool bot. Any more triple changers left to add to the game? Well, there's Broadside, but how does a battleship alt mode fit in this game? I can't. Who would Decepticon wise? I can't really think of another Decepticon. I'm sure they're out there. I mean, they had those. What was it? The like Headmaster triple changers, like Snapdragon and Ape Face. Not sure if we'll see those guys, but you never know. Tyler YT, welcome to the stream. Unfortunately, we're about to wrap it up here, but good to see you. We've been doing pretty good over here. So, Scattershot a triple changer? That's a good question. Well, he's a Technobot. In a way, he is, because he has the robot mode, he has the space plane mode, and he does kind of have that little artillery cannon mode. And he also is the torso for Computron, so he's kind of a four changer. So when is this over? Yeah, I've been saying we're going to end here for about 20 minutes now, haven't I? So okay, yeah, you're going to rewatch what you're going to see, and I won't spoil. I'm not going to spoil what we did. I will tell you, we opened the crystal, as you could probably tell, and then we did some power leveling. So there we go, Raiden. Yeah, well, we got Star Saber, who was very much a Japanese bot, so you could bring him in. But again, how do the trains work in this game? So, well, I suppose Astro Train is kind of a train, but he's got that Cybertronian train mode, which is nothing really. You could do anything with that. So, all right, guys, got to get out of here. Getting a little thirsty, and the game shut off for some reason. I haven't been hearing the sound because my headphones shut off a while ago, but it looks like the game actually quit, so you guys probably don't have any music going on anyway. So sorry about that, but yeah, we'll be back Wednesday 8 p.m. Eastern for next week's Transformers Earth Wars news, and keep your eyes open. I might get some videos put out there like we did. And if you haven't seen it yet, go check out that Trypticon first look in the raid bases that will be coming on Tuesday. All right, guys, that's going to do it. I appreciate it. I'm Engineer Hoist. Keep rolling, my friends. See you next time.